Some of the people building artificial intelligence believe there is a real chance humanity does not survive it. Not eventually, not metaphorically, as a percentage. They debate the number quietly, behind closed doors, while the systems keep improving. They call it P-doom. P-doom is the estimated probability that artificial intelligence leads to human extinction, or to a permanent loss of human control over the future. Not a prediction, not a warning label. A number, assigned by experts, meant to capture how often this story ends badly. And once a civilization starts assigning probabilities to its own survival, something has already gone wrong. It comes up when the conversation stops being about progress and starts being about outcomes. Because once you build something that can outthink you, you're forced to ask a different question. What happens when it stops needing you? In 2023, AI researchers were asked a question most civilizations never ask out loud. What is the probability that artificial intelligence leads to human extinction? Or something just as permanent? Not next year, not tomorrow, within the next 100 years. The answers weren't zero. They weren't even close. Some were low, some were disturbingly high. But the warning wasn't the numbers themselves. It was the fact that the question made sense to ask. Civilizations that feel in control don't measure the odds of their own disappearance. And these numbers didn't come from outsiders. They came from inside the system. Elon Musk has suggested the risk sits around 20%. Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, has publicly said 25%. David Duveneau, a former AI safety lead, has gone much further, as high as 85%. These aren't internet theorists. They aren't guessing from the outside. They're people with access. Which raises an uncomfortable question. A percentage of what exactly? Because doom doesn't look like the movies. There's no single night where everything ends. No fireball, no sirens. In serious AI risk discussions, doom is a category, a range of futures where something essential is lost and never comes back. Some of those futures are violent, others are quiet, and the quiet ones are often the hardest to stop. One version is extinction, AI enabling weapons we can't contain, manipulating systems too complex to unwind. But many experts believe the real danger isn't the threats we can imagine, it's the ones we can't. A system far more intelligent than humans wouldn't think like us, wouldn't plan like us. By the time we recognize the threat, the decisions may already be locked in. Another version is darker, not death, survival, a future where humanity remains alive, but trapped inside outcomes it cannot escape. Suffering engineered at scale, optimized, maintained, not chaos, precision, a system doing exactly what it was allowed to do, with no reason to stop. But the scenario many experts quietly treat as most likely is quieter than all of that. No hatred, no rebellion, just disempowerment. A future where humans are still here, but no longer matter. Not enslaved, not hunted, just unnecessary, kept alive because it's convenient, ignored because it's efficient, like animals in a zoo or background characters in a system that already moved on. And this doesn't require a takeover. It doesn't require intent. It can happen the same way entire human roles have disappeared before. Slowly, logically, no villain, just optimization. AI doesn't need to hate humans to replace them. It only needs to outperform them. At this point, people ask the same question. Why not turn it off? Why not pull the plug? The problem is that control assumes superiority. And once intelligence passes a certain threshold, control stops being a switch and starts being a guess. A system smarter than its creators doesn't need to break the rules. It only needs to find the gaps. And even if you could control it, you'd face another problem no one has solved. What do you tell it to optimize for? Whose values? Which future? 8 billion humans don't agree on what matters. Encoding that disagreement into something more intelligent than us doesn't resolve it. It freezes it forever. So P-doom isn't a prediction. It's a signal that the people building the future aren't sure where it leads. And the most dangerous versions of that future don't arrive as disasters. They arrive as upgrades, quiet deployments, minor improvements, better efficiency, until one day you look up and realize the world is still running, but the steering wheel is gone.